Hey guys, it's Crystal Hemphill with Journey Into It and Beyond. So, here lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about how am I blocking, or why do I feel shut down or disconnected from my spiritual gifts? And I gotta say, every time I go to answer this question, I feel like I have to answer in a way of saying, you know what, I've been there. And for a very long time, it was super confusing to me as to why I would evolve so much and learn so much and be so very well connected. And then there were times where I was just separated or felt very well disconnected from what I'm used to. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I've never gone through this, or I don't know what that experience is like because, oh, yeah, I've been through it. So I wanted to do a little short video on maybe some things that could be happening that I've noticed personally for myself, along my spiritual path, along this journey of mine, that really helped me to open my eyes to see what could actually disconnect you from your spiritual gifts or what could dampen them down sometimes. And I actually was talking to a friend yesterday about this. She has been having this problem for months on end. And it was just like, when is this going to stop? And when she first came to me, I was like, I kind of chalked it up to how I had felt in the past, that maybe it's just time for a break. Maybe you have new techniques or new downloads, new information coming in, and the universe or your spirit guides or your angels is doing this, kind of capping you off right now so that you can take that time to learn and evolve and grow in those new techniques that are coming through for you. And that's number one on my list. Okay, that's one of the things that I noticed way back when I would feel rather disconnected. It was just a sense of, okay, I have new things coming through. And more times than one, that was the case. Maybe I needed to take 2, 3 days just to hold that space and see what's coming through, really amp up the meditation time. I was about to say medication time. The meditation time, really amp those times up, really holding that space for that growing period. So that's one thing it could be. Okay. Another thing could be if you're like me and you work on the psychic hotlines or do tarot readings or healing modalities or Reiki, anything like that, you can burn your energy out if you are not flowing from the energetic cord, if you're not flowing from source, if you are using all your energy, you're going to get burned out. And that's another thing that I had to learn along the way, is that energy doesn't have to come from in here. I can actually, it's almost like having unlimited source of energy. I can open and expand that and allow that to come through. And if I'm doing healing modalities, I definitely want to make sure that I'm using that energy from outside of me, not my own personal energy. So burnout could be another thing. Okay. Another thing that kind of goes hand in hand with just needing a resting period, I feel like this is very important. Sometimes I would get thrown off or disconnected, so to speak, when I was ignoring my guidance, when I was ignoring those messages. Our guides try their best to guide us in a very lovingly way. And I've always said, first they'll whisper to you, and it's very soft and it's very subtle and very gentle. And the more that you keep ignoring, the more that they're going to continue to push or give you a swift kick in your rear. So sometimes, even with the swift kicks, those messages or that guidance really goes ignored. So then what needs to take place? Okay, well, you need to sit your butt down and chill for a moment so that you can see or hear or connect to those specific messages. So that's another reason as to why you could be feeling disconnected from your spiritual gifts. Another really big thing was I myself, and I'm sure there are some of you guys who have probably thought this, oh, meditation is not important. Maybe you're one of those that can't sit down and sit still long enough to meditate, or maybe you just find it rather boring. Um, you got to find your specific way for meditation. Meditation could be in form of walking through the woods or the forest, hiking a trail, really getting grounded and really getting calm in your thoughts. That can be a form of meditation too, but to think that that is not important and that you can keep evolving without that, that was a tough lesson for me personally to learn. Some other things that kind of go hand in hand with that is making sure that your energetic centers are clean. You want to be a clean channel for messages, whatever clair you kind of embody, clairvoyance, clairvoyance, whatever it may be for you. You want to be a clear channel to be able to receive those messages, right? So making sure that you take time, even if it's a little quick 5-minute meditation in the morning when you wake up, to make sure that your energetic centers, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, and crown are open and balanced and activated. They're online, they're ready to go, making sure that those are aligned and clean and clear. You want to be a clean channel. You want that energy within you to be able to run through these channels. So you definitely want to pay attention to your chakras itself, to your energetic centers, making sure that they are clean and clear. You can get your energies kind of constipated if you're not taking time out to clear those centers. So that's really important. And in the beginning, I thought, I could get away with not worrying about that they would just miraculously open themselves up and I would be balanced all along the way. But, what I found along the way is my emotions would be completely off balance. And then that moves us into the next thing. Things that can block or shut down or disconnect you from your spiritual gifts. Not being expressive with your emotions, okay? Emotions is energy in motion. Emotions are energy. You want to be able to allow your emotions to flow. And no, that doesn't mean, well, I'm angry, so I'm going to spaz out and cause a hostile scene. I'm going to express my anger. There's healthy ways to express that anger. There's healthy ways to express any emotion that you're having. So being very expressive, open, raw, and vulnerable with your truth. Okay. So you definitely don't want to have that stagnant flow, that energy just being stagnant within you. You definitely want to let those things out, whatever form that may be for you. If you feel like you need to cry, go cry. If you feel like you need to speak your truth to someone and say, hey, you've really upset me. I feel maybe disrespected or disempowered right now by your actions, then being able to release that and get those thoughts out is going to be very helpful in getting this energy flowing. It's also going to help your chakras, your energy centers as well. Okay. And then the last one that I have for you guys is, which was really personal and really tough for me, is stepping into your truth, like your undeniable truth. There is no this way, that way. This is your center. This is your truth. So that goes hand in hand with being your authentic self. Coming from me personally, it was very challenging for me to kind of get in line with that. It's one of those things, the nerves take over, or fear of being judged, or, whatever the case may be. It was very hard for me to begin to not only accept my gifts. Well, that came rather easy way back then, but being able to maybe talk about those gifts, or, take that leap of faith and putting yourself out there, And then authenticity is like, you don't want to get in front of the camera and if it's not your truth, if it's not your true personality, or if it's just not you, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to have a mask up or some kind of guard or anything like that. Like I'm saying, it's okay to put that mask down and really 100% stand out there in your truth. So that was personal for me. That was a really tough one to kind of get over. The more that I started kind of cracking that door open, and it just got to that point, and I was like, nah, I'm going to shove that door straight open. I got to be who I am. I have to stand in my truth. I have to learn how to embody the true essence of who I am. So that was a tough one for me, and it may be for you guys. So walking in your truth, speaking in your truth, really aligning to who you truly are. Um, and I guess you can kind of think of it in, well, what's my true qualities? Like, what's really me? Am I very serious versus am I very goofy? Well, I'm very goofy. And I can try to play and be serious all day, but that's just not who I am. I mean, even in those fine moments where you should be a little too serious, I tend to still steer over this way. I'm just that person that's going to find some kind of silver lining, some kind of beauty, some kind of happiness in every single thing. Like, and I'm that person that just meets a stranger, and whereas someone else might look at this person as, oh, he's homeless, or he's a train wreck, or she's a train wreck, I tend to find that spark, that what makes this person unique, what makes that person wonderful, and that's just who I am. And I had to come to accept that. So it's not only about accepting yourself, but not worrying about whether others accept you. It's really putting your truth, yourself out there, aligning with yourself. And the only other tip that I got for you guys is something that could really disconnect you from your spiritual gifts. And I feel like I've never really struggled with this one on a high scale. This seems to come very natural to me just because I am that goofy person. I am that very playful person. I am that happy person. But it could be a struggle for some of you if you're taking this too dang seriously. If you are, very firm in where you're headed, maybe it's in a reading and you're very firm on where you're going and you're not open to the unexpected, the playfulness of spirit, or the playfulness of your angels and spirit guides, or the playfulness of the universe and the quirky ways that signs and symbols come out. If you're too rigid and too serious about these things, and your expectations, and you're not open to evolving in your own growth or in your own path, I mean, it really shuts out what could be. So think of it in these terms. As you're walking this fine, narrow, straight line, and you're like, no, I'm not going to venture off. I'm not going to venture off in this path. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I don't expect this. My expectations are straight ahead, and that's the only way it is. Well, you're missing out on a lot. You're missing out on all of this out here. So really opening up to the could be's, really open up to the possibilities and get playful with it. I feel like spirit is very playful all on their own. My spirit guides personally are very playful. They give me a good laugh every once in a while. So, just get playful with it. Have fun with it. Open your heart. Not only that, but if you bring in that playfulness, it's going to raise your vibration anyways. Kind of going back to, I don't know if any of you watching this had watched the kind of realigning to your childhood essence, but that's going to raise your vibration anyways. I can tell you this, being real, coming on and doing this video, and after I hit the end button, I know, and I can feel it. I can feel it in my heart center that my vibrations are going to be up because I came at this. I'm authentic with it. I spoke my truth, and I'm being playful with it. I'm being who I am. So I know as soon as I hit that end button, then I'm going to be like, ah, I feel pretty dang good right now, right? Uh, so I hope these tips help you guys. Don't block your spiritual gifts. Like again, like I said, these are things that I've just kind of learned along the way. Maybe it's some things that you haven't noticed, and maybe this will help you along the way. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time.